Alright, welcome. We're doing some infielding drills today. My name is Coach Mike. Got a couple of our players here from the varsity team. We're going to run you through a battery of infield drills, how to set up, and what they do for you. We're going to start right now with the foundation, and that's going to be working in a good fielding position, and then working on a creep step, and then we'll progress from there. Alright, here we go. On the left, you'll see Sammy here, Pellegrino. On the right is Togner. And first things first, fellas, we're going to put our gloves on. We're going to get in that good fielding position. All right, show them what that is. All right, and what we look for in this position is, we don't need the ball right now, Sammy. It's just good bend in the knees, flat back, glove is out, elbow is extended, and the feet are shoulder width apart-ish. Toes pointing forward, and then we go from here. So we'll stand up right now, fellas. And then what I teach them next is a creep step. How to incorporate a creep step. I talk about visualizing a hitter up at the plate at this point. So I'll say, get into a creep step mode. I may even come out here with them and show, an actual act out and pitching wind up, so they can time it up a little bit better. So that's actually what I'll do. You guys can stand in front of me. And we're going to work on timing up a creep step as I deliver the ball. Here we go, fellas. Alright. And we do that just a couple times. Even varsity guys do it. That's good enough, fellas. Even varsity guys do it because I think we believe here that the fundamentals are important. And on our first day of practice and even into our first week of practice, we'll do this a couple times. Obviously, quickening it up as we do it more. And then on to our next drills. Our next drill is with no glove. No glove. I don't really have names for these drills, but it's all working on getting through the ball, being aggressive to the ball, eliminating the flip of the glove, which we see often, especially in lower levels. And what I mean by that is this really quick. So when kids feel, it seems like these days, they come and they flip like this. So we're working on really keeping our glove out here, and then working through some drills that work on the actual fielding portion of it. Alright, so first drill is no glove. They're going to throw a bunch of short hops to each other, and they're working on extending through the ball. Now, when they have hats on at practice, one of the things I look for is the button on their cap, so I know they're watching the ball all the way into their hand. The key here, and what we'll say a lot in practice, is quality, not quantity. So they're not rushing through the drill. As you can see, they're in a good fielding position. And it's almost a little bit conditioning too. Get a little more tired, we can straighten them out. All right, fellas, that's good. All right. So they'll start with no glove, and then they'll progress no glove and no hand, no top hand, and now they'll progress with a top hand on top. And they're going through the ball. As you see, they're going through the ball. Old school used to be where we kind of soften the blow and take it into our stomach. We are actually teaching the opposite now. See, as they go get the ball and make sure their head is down. All right, fellas, good. All right, so there's it's a progression. No glove, no hand, no glove, hand on top. Now we put the glove on. And we do the same drill. Now with the hand, we do it with the hand on top right away. We don't do it no hand here, okay? As we progress through these drills, we try and make it more of a live situation. I know it's not right now, but that's what I mean by the hand not being on top. Right away. All three of these drills are just working on getting through the ball, okay? Extending that elbow, and really being aggressive to the ball. All right, good fellas. Now, every time you do this, all right, I'll come back in the picture. When you feed, as a feeder, I'm a right-handed person, so when we feed, the feed is important to be off to the left side. Okay? Not in the middle even, or not even to the right. That's definitely wrong. We don't want to teach this. We're teaching in our next drill too, or in another drill, the cone drill. We always want to receive as we work on getting around the ball, more to our left side. So when you're doing those drills, you need to make sure that you're giving a nice good short hop. Not off the foot yet. This next drill when we incorporate the throwing into it, we will get more this way. But as you do these drills, it's just basically extension of your shoulder right here, okay? Not here, more to this side, okay? So we're going to incorporate our footwork now with a throwing motion. And hold on, fellas. This time now, you're going to feed off that left foot. Okay? So in this drill, we are working on, as the person cocks to throw the ball, I'm going to start to anticipate. Okay? Lower level will be a delay. You will probably see a delay, like a catch, good, and then footwork going through. Upper level, sophomores and varsity, we really push them to anticipate as your partner is ready to cock and throw the ball to come through it, so it's all one motion. And I make them go through the whole throwing motion, follow the ball, you fake the throw obviously, and follow your throw to the base. Go ahead. Good, Sammy, perfect. And then what I've done actually a little bit new is actually, or actually not in this one, we don't throw from this one. So they're just working on, again, extending through the ball, now incorporating the footwork, but not doing throws that you don't ever do in a game, like a fake throw that doesn't really, see, like that's kind of a live throw. Obviously slow down. Let's show them a bad one next time, okay? Where you kind of rush it and don't even really do it, okay? So this would be a bad example. Well, that's okay still, because he's still coordinated, okay? All right. See if we can do a bad one. One step, don't shuffle, like you're all out of control. Yeah, exactly. So that's not doing anything for you, all right? We want to go through the full motion, even though it's not full speed, they're just getting their footwork involved. All right, good. All right, now from here, all right, we go to the cones, all right? Go ahead. So this is a classic cone drill, very simple, but what I think a lot of youth does not do when they're doing drill work is learn to work around the ball. Okay? What I mean by that is you get a ground ball right at you or to the right of you, you can't come charging at every ball. Even ones that are hit hard, kids tend to charge or go, I shouldn't say charge, but they come straight at the ball as opposed to working around the ball. Okay, so this little cone drill works your footwork to get around the ball. We have done this for 2 weeks straight now, this drill, every day, almost every day, okay, because I really believe in the fundamentals and then taking it from here and progressing to live ground balls. This is sort of, there's a progression to this cone drill too. We're going to do, first time I'll go through it, varsity guys also, first time of the year, I'll place it here. And I'll have them, and I'll sit right here, I'll sit right here, they'll work the pre-step visualization of the hit, come through, pause in a good position. When they're in a good position, we're looking for our right foot to be forward a little bit, in front of the left, okay? In a good fielding position, I'll say go, and he'll continue with the throwing. All right, good. Dogger, you do that then. So this is the progression of the cone drill. Pause, check for the right foot, check that they are, keep going as I talk. Check that they are fielding it off their glove side, like the drill work we just did. Okay? Pause a little more, Sammy. Remember the first one? Yep, that's the next one. Well, that time Sammy didn't pause. That's actually our next progression where we don't pause. Pause, field, make sure that right toe is in front. He's fielding it to the left side, not back here. And I tell him to go. Goes through the throwing motion. Right? Now the next one is what Sammy just did. It's going to be no pause now, but the ball is still, right? He's just going to come through, working all the same stuff we just did, just a faster pace, just like this. Here we go. Good, perfect. Good, perfect. Alright, so far with the cone drill, we've had still, a pause, and now still, and working through it. Now I'll back up, more progression to this drill. I'll literally throw it this slow. There's a progression of throwing now. I'll throw it this slow, and then I'll back up and throw it a little harder, okay? And remember, it's progression because these guys are trying to develop the fundamentals, the foundation to fielding, okay? If you rush through all this stuff, they're not going to get it. I know they want to rush to it, and sometimes as coaches, we want to, but I'm telling you, we need to do this a little bit more, even at the high school level, right? So it's this slow, right? So as you can see, the progression is just barely going faster with each one, but they're getting great reps, tons of reps on how to feel correctly. Good. Just working on great fundamentals. That right toe in front, feeling off the left side, arm extended, coming through the ball. Good. Right? With this drill now, also in this progression, right? Not before, only when we start rolling it, I also have broken up into position. So I'll have 3 sets here. I'll have a second base, cone drill, next to it, further away, shortstop, and even further down, the third base. And then what I'll do, eventually, maybe on the second day of doing this, is I'll add first baseman. So they're actually throwing the ball. So second base, for me, I've got to figure it out. We get all 3 going at the same time, they throw to different angles of the field. Second base is going to go pretty much straight that way, maybe a little bit towards the camera. Shortstop is actually going to be throwing almost over the camera if we're set up over here. And third base too. You can get all those angles. You just make it as live as possible. Eventually, that's what I always tell the guys, we progress to live ground balls. And this is adding something and making it a little bit more live so that you're always practicing something. Right? So those were slow ground balls. Now, I'll back up even further. Let's say I'm about, I know you can't see me, I'm about 20 yards away, 25 yards away, and I give a little bit harder toss, okay? Just to speed up the drill and make it even more live. Here we go. And you can break this down by throwing like I am, and you'll see it. It's a little bit harder, not too hard though, right? So I'm going a little bit faster. We'll do one more at this pace, right? And I'll even back up even more, maybe another 5 yards and throw it harder. This is a little bit harder now. I know I'm a little close, this might not time up, but a little bit harder now, right? Eventually, you can see that pause that Togger just had, right? We're working on coming through all in one motion. No pause. Through the ball. Good, Sammy. Real good. Good. It was off his foot a little bit, but better. No pause there. And remember, like I said, could be throwing, okay, if you were in a small place right now, but we would be throwing right now. All these would be actual throws to a first baseman. Up one there. Good. Fielding off your glove side foot now, extending through the ball, not fielding to the back side. So, in conclusion, these are the drills that we do every day. Big believer in progression, starting very basic, staying with that basicness for, we've done 2 weeks now, and we still are doing some of these drills. Then we'll work on some double plays, or actually we'll work on live ground balls, and then we go from there. Hopefully you guys got it by then. Thanks.